to my knowledge, but we did play in your state, and it was always cool. And so we'd go around and around, a lot of police intervention, a lot of church groups insisting we were in league with Satan. And I always wanted to tell these ladies with their signs that if we ever met Satan, we would have stabbed him to death with forks and cooked him in the back of the van because we were that hungry. And there wasn't room for him in the van. Actually, because usually you ride in the van kind of all spooned up. And it was always my lot in life to be spooned up with Bill Stevenson, Black Flag's drummer, the drummer of the band The Descendants, who's like this very furry drum yeti. And so I always burrow into his back fur and acting. Wow! And he'd say, yeah, sorry for the back sits. It's okay, my friend. And that's how we lived. And so we would come back from these epic 4-month voyages into the America. And we'd come back to Los Angeles, broke, in debt, and each of us weighs 14 pounds. And you want to find out what's been going on since you left. And we would go to different hangouts and say, what's been happening since we were gone? And during the 80s, in my 23rd year, in the summer of 1984, I came to a great conclusion. I really think I'm right about this. We came back in 1984 after some epic tour. We wanted to be out of Los Angeles when the Olympics were in town, because we figured the cops would just find a way to kill us. So we stayed out on the road until the Olympics had long gone. I think we were wise to do so, but we came back. And so during that year, more and more, you come back to LA briefly to record an album, release it to Global Indifference, and then leave again. And then you come back and you ask, what's happening? And people say, well, this guy's dead, this guy's dead, this guy. People I know are dead. They just went back home and looked, no, they're dead. We went to the funeral, they're dead. I said, you're sure? We saw the body, they're dead. Because when you're young, you just don't think that you're going to die. And you don't think that people your age are going to die. It's just not a possibility in America. Other countries, every day, but not here. So I said, why are we dying? What's killing people? There would be the random suicide now and then, but by and large it was heroin overdose. And so I'm like, heroin? You guys are doing heroin? And so people are like, yeah. I'm like, how are you getting heroin? I'm so naive. I'm such a Boy Scout. I've never tried to score dope. And I said, how can anyone afford heroin? And that's when I found out that the white heroin, the Asian heroin, the China white, was no longer coming into the Western Pacific Rim or the coastline. It was the brown heroin coming up from Mexico, the brown sugar. And apparently they're fairly giving it away. You go to your weed dealer to get your normal whatever you buy, and he give you some heroin. Here's a balloon of heroin. Well, what do I want this for? I'll try it out, it's free. And all of a sudden your friends smoke heroin, and they're smoking it every night now because it's so cheap. And so you say, wait a minute, you're a heroin addict. And they get angry. Don't you call me a junkie. No. How many days this week have you done heroin? Oh, me and my girlfriend have been smoking heroin for the last 20 days. Because you're an addict. And though we can stop whenever we want.